Hello, fifth grade. Today's geography lesson deals with Tanzania, country number 39 down here. Before we go to that, I'd like to run through your countries. Review them throughout this week, the new ones. Starting at 31 up here, Eritrea, which is right by the Red Sea. That's something you'll have to know on your map. Gulf of Aden, letter D. But 32 is Djibouti, real tiny country there. 33, the Horn of Africa, is Somalia. 34 is Ethiopia, the one we had before. Sunburnt faces. 35 is Kenya. You watched the video on that already. 36 is Uganda. 37 is Rwanda. 38 is Burundi. And 39 is Tanzania. And then we have the island countries, Madagascar, Mauritius, Comoros, and Seychelles. So just a review of those. Tanzania is the country we're talking about. Quite large here. You see a couple things in there. The Serengeti Plains, we'll talk about that. Lake Victoria, that will be in our reading as well. Lake Tanganyika, some of these big lakes. Lake Malawi down here in the bottom, so got quite a bit of lakes in them. Notice the islands over here. This is the mainland of Tanzania. It's called Tanganyika, right after the name of this lake here. That's the mainland part. And then it has the islands of Pemba, Zanzibar, and Mafia. So if you take the name of Tanganyika, Tan, T-A-N, and you add the first three letters of Zanzibar, Tan-Zan, and then add the last two letters of Mafia, I-A, you get the name of the country, Tanzania. So mainland part and then three islands make up that particular country. Your worksheet, I will just ask for 2. You'll get extra credit points if you name all 3 of them, Pemba, Zanzibar, and Mafia. So that is the country, and you can see the neighboring ones around there. The major lakes, as I mentioned before, lots of lakes in this region. You'll have to label on your sheet. And I'll ask for the lakes, not the largest one. So here's Lake Rudolph in your book. On maps today, it's Lake Turkana. Then Lake Albert over here. Then Lake Edward. Then Lake Kivu. Here's Lake Tanganyika, which the T-A-N for Tanzania. Then Lake Malawi down here. And then the big one, largest lake in all of Africa. And you can see it's found in 3 different countries, part of Uganda, part of Kenya, and a part of Tanzania. So, and then up in Ethiopia would be Lake Tana. So a lot of these lakes you're going to be writing on your worksheet. They're found in your reading today. The highest and tallest mountain is Mount Kilimanjaro. That is found in Tanzania. A lot of people go hiking up there. Takes quite a few days to get to the top. You'll hire a guide for $1 a day to go up. How do I know that? Well, my uncle and cousin went. There's a picture of my cousin, Lyndon Gritters. He went to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro with his dad, my dad's brother, a couple years ago. So he took that picture and sent it to me because he knows I study about Africa. So Mount Kilimanjaro, that'll be in your reading. Also mentioned Lake Victoria, the second largest lake, second deepest, freshwater, which means the not salt water. And then here's the Serengeti. You'll read about that. It's home to many large herds of wildlife. A lot of Africa's films and National Enquirer and stuff like that take pictures of these wildlife. What do they have there? Lots of wildebeest. Lots of them. Then gazelles, lions, hippos, zebras, and buffaloes. Other large ones. But you remember the big 5? They're also there. The ones that are most difficult to hunt on foot. Excuse me. The largest of the big 5 is the leopard, the lion, the elephant, the water buffalo, and then the rhinos. So they're also found in the Serengeti. Their president You'll need to find his name, but I'll show you right here, Julius Nyerere. He was president from 1964 to 1985, and he thought it would be good to do some communal living. Remember that in Iowa history where you share everything in common? Thought they'd be happy. He thought the same thing, so he called it Bujjamma. Bujjamma is a Swahili, which is the national language of Tanzania. It means familyhood. And his idea was, we're going to share everything. And it was good. It would be possible to provide equipment now to everybody, facilities and material to all the rural people who are very poor. And you'd work in groups of 250 or more. It also would make the distribution of fertilizer and seed easier, kind of like our co-ops do, and to provide a good education. Again, all good. Maybe they're going to be happy, but it didn't. It ended in 1985 when he stepped down as president. At that time, Tanzania was one of Africa's poorest countries. Bujjamma, to build and maintain their own stores and stuff like that, Bujjamma had failed, means familyhood. Swahili, a lot of interesting words I'll run through kind of quickly. If you're going to go to a wedding, like I have 2 children getting married, they would be an arusi. Your dad, you would call Baba. You want some food, you'd say chakula. Medicine, you have a headache, can I have some dawa? If you wanted a mango, right there, looks good, embe. If you want to sweep the floor, you need a fagio, a broom. A clay jar, which they use to carry water and a lot of other items, kudulia. To go worship, like we worship God, ibada. If you want to say hello to somebody, Bujjamma. Maybe say that to one of your classmates today. Bujjamma, when you see him for the first time. And then, welcome, come on in, Karuba. Or if you're going to ask, may I come in, Hodi. Some other words, you're going to pay something, you do a lipo. We had father already, now you got mother, mama. Ambush, somebody coming behind you, Oteo, Oteo. Watch out for an animal coming from your backside. Punda means donkey, a work animal there. This word a lot of people know. A friend in Swahili means rafiki. Rafiki. Going to school, shule. An elephant, one of the big 5, would be a tembo. A girl who is very beautiful, or a plant, we'd say uzori. Uzori, beautiful. Children, watoto, a family, would be watoto of children. And a string instrument, zeze. And there's the Swahili word we started with, Bujjamma, familyhood, sharing everything. One of the main sources of livelihood in Tanzania is farming, agriculture. That's how they make their living. And of course, the Bujjamma really enforced that a lot. Some of their exports that they get are sisal, cotton, coffee, tea, tobacco, and meat and hides. That's off the mainland, and you'll have to find those and put those down on your sheet. Remember, there were 3 islands of Tanzania: Pemba, Mafia, and Zanzibar. Well, the island of Zanzibar grows different kinds of spices like cloves and cinnamon. Cloves are pictured here on your slide. Cloves can be bought whole or ground up. So here's a pile of ground up. Here's whole cloves, which you would find in the spice rack in your mom's probably kitchen somewhere. The ground up ones will be a green bottle. This is red for the whole cloves. And they're used to poke in like the outside of ham to give it more flavor and little decoration. So cloves. Here's the plant up here in the corner of where you get these dried up ones from. This would be the plant cloves. But Zanzibar, the island, grows more cloves, a spice, than anybody else. Mining and manufacturing, they have limited mineral resources. And what you see there is a mineral called meerschaum. Meerschaum is a white mineral. So it's this part right here. this and this stuff right here and there. Very soft and white, so you can mold it into different shapes. And it looks like they put design on it. Look at the shape of a guy's head over here. Different things carved into this pipe, and these are cigarette holders here on the bottom. It says in Somalia and Djibouti, meerschaum is also used to make an incense burner. So they burn incense to their idol gods. I couldn't find a picture of that though. So meerschaum, white mineral that is found here in Tanzania. And these meerschaum pipes are sold all over the world. They also have some oil, so oil refining has become more important since they became independent. The capital city, right here, Dar es Salaam. Not over here, not this Dodoma, that's in moved inland, but Dar es Salaam. And you can see it's right along the Indian Ocean. The other body of water you need to know. Dar es Salaam means haven of peace. So they wanted to bring the idea of friendship. The city is a very beautiful harbor, and maybe you'll see pictures of it when you watch the video later on this week. And here are those three islands, Mafia, Zanzibar, the clothes, and Pemba. So Dar es Salaam. You see the big lakes that we talked about that you'll have to put in, and the Serengeti plain where all the big five are in, and the big national park up there. So that's Tanzania. Now you can turn to your book and read pages 410 to 413. And on your worksheet, do questions 15 through 26.